Alex Pereira against Bruno Silva, 185 pounds. Now, Alex Pereira, if you don't know, is the chap that I think he knocked out Israel Adesanya possibly twice in kickboxing. I know he beat him twice. I don't know if he knocked him out twice. He might have knocked him out twice. But either way, he's the guy that he's got a lot of hype behind him because obviously he fought and beat in kickboxing the current middleweight champion, and that's not to be sniffed at. And honestly, Pereira, he's a heavy favourite here, and there's a reason for that. Because, I mean, look at the dude. Like Rogan said in his first fight, where he like just flatlined the dude with a vicious knee, just threw it effortlessly and knocked him out. And he does look like he's made out of wood. Like, that's how, like, he's so hard. Do you know what I mean? He just... And the thing is like when he came in his debut, it was only a couple of UFCs ago, UFC 268 possibly. But yeah, when you come in and flatline somebody like that, that was the kind of debut that Adesanya kind of... Because if I'm not mistaken, I think Israel Adesanya's first fight went to a decision in the UFC. I'm not 100% sure. Let me just double check that now on the fly. So, first UFC 221. No, it was a TKO. There, it was. Yeah, it was a TKO because then he fought. Yeah, he had a good debut where he came in and got the TKO, but then he fought Marvin Vettori and Brad Tavares, and he got kind of held to a decision in both of those. And I'd say the difference in style is like Pereira, he seems to have like what I would call vicious knockout power. And it is vicious. He seems to just hit really hard. There's something like and it will be interesting to see how he gets on because his opponent first time out did try and take him down and couldn't keep him there. So that'll be interesting. Now, this one, he's fighting Bruno Silva. Bruno Silva, he is no joke. Honestly, he's come into the UFC, 4 fights, 4 knockouts. He is smashing people. I think 3 of them are in the first round. So, Bruno, he fought in M1 as well. I think he won the middleweight belt in M1. And that's pretty good. And he is pretty good. The only thing that I think puts him up against it here is the size difference. I don't know if Bruno Silva is necessarily big enough for middleweight. He's only 6 foot. That's not massively tall for a middleweight. I mean, Pereira's 6'4". He's got like a 4 foot height advantage, and that translates to like quite a large reach advantage as well, 4 or 5 inches, I think. And the other problem I think that Bruno Silva has is he is relatively hittable. He kind of goes out like, he's quite prepared to get into a slugfest because when he fought Jordan Wright hit him quite a lot and actually was quite successful in that fight until Silva came back with a counter and just planted it out. It was brilliant. It really was a great finish. But I think that Pereira, he's going to have the reach and he's going to have the height, and I think that, and it's not like Bruno Silva is going to go after takedown and try and wear him out like that. I don't think that Pereira is going to have to consider the wrestling too much. I think this is going to be a kickboxing fight because both of them like to kickbox. And the problem that Bruno Silva has is that he's up against a really high level kickboxer. I'm not saying that Bruno Silva is very high level in his own right. His kickboxing is fantastic because you don't get 4 UFC wins by knockout by being shit at striking. Do you know what I mean? But there are levels. And Alex Pereira is also going to have the attributes as well. He's got the reach, he's got the size, and he's just a very imposing figure. When you see him, you'll understand what I'm saying. It's like he's made out of like steel cable. Like ridiculous. He's just so cut. He's so tough. And yeah, I don't see this going any other way. That part of me thinks that like Silva, he hasn't ever been knocked out in his career, but he was getting caught by Wright. I don't think it's necessarily it's impossible to knock him out. But I do think that maybe he's durable enough. Maybe he is good enough on his feet to possibly get to the second round. And you're looking at round 2 knockout for Pereira is currently +6. That is 5-1. That is just terrible enough for me to bang onto my bet slip. Lovely stuff. Loving that. Yeah, it's probably going to be a first round knockout, but I'm just hoping that Silva can get to the second round. Look, I might be completely wrong here. Look, Silva can bang. Silva can throw with the best of them. So it wouldn't. If you want an underdog on this card, Like, let's be fair, Alex Pereira is relatively still untested in MMA. You know, Bruno Silva has 4 fights in the UFC and 4 wins. It's not outside the realms of possibility for him to knock Alex Pereira out here. If they get into a firefight and he throws, trust me, Bruno Silva hits hard. He hits plenty hard. So, look, that wouldn't surprise me. But for me, I think that the safer bet is Alex Pereira knockout round 2. Well, that's not a safe bet at all, because specifying the round is for idiots, because that's never going to happen the way you want it to. But either way, that is what I'm doing, because I'm not known for making sensible bets. These are terrible bets. So yeah, Alex Pereira, round 2, knockout, +6, 5-1 in English.